Welcome to Style with a Smile. I'm your host, Jonathan Fong. Today, I'm going to show you something I've never made on this show before, and that is jewelry. I never really made jewelry before because I thought it would be too hard, but I recently discovered resin jewelry, and it is so easy to make. So let me show you how easy it is. These are the pendants that I made. They're Pantone color chips encased in resin. Pantone chips. Where would I get an idea like that? Now this video is geared towards people who've never made resin jewelry before. So if you're a total novice, like me, here are the basics. First, you'll need some jewelry resin, and I use Envirotex jewelry resin, and it comes in two parts. First, there's a bottle of the resin itself, and then there's the bottle of the hardener. You also need 2 medicine cups, and these come in the package, but you can also buy extras at the pharmacy. 2 wooden stirring sticks, a black marker, some Mod Podge, and a paintbrush. You'll also need some bezels. These are shallow trays that your artwork and resin go into. And of course, there's the artwork. I just trimmed the Pantone chip so it would fit into the bezel. Now, when working with resin, be sure to protect your work surface with some paper and wear some gloves. My mom always wanted me to be a doctor, and this is the closest I'm gonna get. Okay, let's get this party started, and I'll begin by applying a layer of Mod Podge to the bottom of the bezel. Then, place the image on top of the layer of Mod Podge, and then paint another layer of Mod Podge on top of that. Now, I'll really want to seal this well, so after this layer dries, I will add 2 more layers to make sure there's a really strong seal so that nothing is exposed when I pour the resin in later. Okay, here's a bezel that has 3 layers of dried Mod Podge on there, and you can tell that it's very bumpy and it looks not really great because it's not smooth, but do not worry. After we pour the resin, all that will smoothen out. Now let's start working with the resin, which is the fun part. On this plastic cup, I've made 2 marks, 1, 2, to signify the 2 parts that I'm going to be pouring in here, of the resin and the hardener. So they're of equal parts. So I'll start by pouring the resin to the black mark, and then I'll add hardener to the second black mark. And then stir this for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, take the second plastic cup and pour all the contents of the first cup into the second cup. And then take a fresh stir stick and stir it all again for 1 minute. To pour the resin, just take your stick, dip it into the resin cup, and then put the stick over your bezel. You're using it kind of like a spoon to scoop the resin in there. This is easier than pouring it from the cup, and you're a little bit more precise this way. Okay, you'll notice there are some air bubbles here, but don't worry, I'm going to get rid of them by blowing on them with a straw. And just like that, the bubbles disappear. I had a little drippage here, but don't worry, after it dries for 24 hours, it'll be a soft harden, and I'll be able to kind of peel that off with an X-Acto blade. Your actual drying time will vary depending on the temperature and humidity in your area, but typically you'll achieve a hard cure in about 48 to 72 hours. And here's a piece that is completely dried. This is about after 72 hours of drying, so it's very, very hard now. And on the back of the bezel, you can glue a bail, which is used to create a pendant. And you can just put that on with some E6000 adhesive, which is what I've done here to create this pendant. Isn't it beauteous? So, what do you think of my jewelry? I feel like I need a little chest hair here. And maybe even a mustache.